The health news of Mrs. Bush is especially tough, though, for teachers and staff at one San Antonio middle school. They have close ties to the former First Lady. It's because the school is named after Barbara Bush.
Eyewitness News reporter Henry Ramos is live at the NEISD school. And Henry, I understand she still writes to this school to this day.
She certainly does, Jeff and Deborah. She will send letters to the staff and students here when they reach a major milestone. And here's something special. Barbara Bush Middle School will reach 20 years of existence this year, and that is something that they are certainly celebrating. But today I spoke with a teacher who remembers that day that they first opened its doors and the day that Mrs. Bush came to visit.
You can hear my voice is cracking a little. It's sad.
Talking about Barbara Bush is somewhat difficult for Margaret Bamey.
To know that we're going to probably in the not too distant future lose that personal connection is a hard thing.
The Barbara Bush gifted and talented English teacher met the First Lady in 1998.
I saw the cavalcade drive up in front of the school.
Mrs. Bush came to the San Antonio Middle School bearing her name. She was joined by then Governor, her son, George W. Bush.
She was very, very gracious, very interested in what the students were doing. She came into one of my gifted classes. The kids were having a discussion, and she was walking around and listening and talking to the kids and was very knowledgeable.
When you walk into the middle school, you are greeted with a portrait of the First Lady. Bamey says till this day, 20 years later, Mrs. Bush has kept a close connection with the school.
She's followed our athletic teams. I think it gives us all a very warm feeling to know that she is interested in what's happening and that we're not just a name on a building, we're a real living, breathing kind of place for her.
And here is something else that is neat. 20 years ago, when the school first opened, a lot of the teachers and staff compiled a cookbook with a lot of different recipes, and it featured Mrs. Bush's chocolate chip cookies recipe. Well, this year, since the school is marking 20 years, they're going to do another cookbook, and Mrs. Bush is planning to give them some more recipes. And I asked today, what kind of recipes are we talking about here? And they told me it is still a surprise. Reporting live from Barbara Bush Middle School, Henry Ramos, KENS 5, Eyewitness News.